What's up, beautiful besties? Welcome in to Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alicia. Thank you all so very much for being here with me. Y'all are freaking amazing. I've actually been doing a little bit of reorganizing of my tarot decks, and I found one that I haven't ever used before online. So let's give it a go and see what we can pick up with it. Okay, here we go. I'm calling on spirit with so much love and so much gratitude. I ask for divine guidance as I interpret these messages. May they help us all on our journey towards our highest and greatest good. I'm asking for love, joy, peace, abundance, and protection for myself, for you, and for all beings on the planet at this time. Okay, so far, look at what we've got out here. Think before you act. I want to start a family with you, number 10. Okay, this is like the maximum abundant energy of number 10, right? Words do hurt. Let's see what we have going on here. Wand for one of wands. Oh, I see. These cards are like tarot cards. 10 of cups. I want to start a family with you. One wand. Ace of wands. They're waiting for you. Okay. Let me just see. I want to pull a couple more just to see what the vibe is. Somebody wants a new beginning with you. I'll tell you that much. But this is like, here's the thing. Oh, I see how this is working out. Okay. We've got the 10 of cups. We've got the one of wands, the ace of wands. So this is like somebody is really passionate. Somebody wants to come back toward you. Somebody is thinking that they want more with you. They want the most with you. And then over here in blue, we have think before you act. Words do hurt. They are waiting for you. Somebody here is waiting for you to come towards them. They're out here fantasizing about a life with you. I'll tell you that much. But I feel like you're the one that's saying, like, look, words hurt. They may have said something to you that you cannot let go of. And you are definitely thinking, okay? You're definitely thinking. Let me see. What else we got here? This is interesting, okay? Very interesting. We have, I'm too afraid to talk. I miss you. Do you miss me, basically? Okay, do you miss me? I just want you all the time. One pentacle. I want to give you the most. I want to give you the world. And I say that because the ace of pentacles is like, I want a new beginning, a solid new beginning. I want commitment. I want commitment. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What do we have here? You already know. You already know how you feel about this person. We have wrongful advice. What do you want? Maybe. Okay, this is hilarious. Maybe, and then it says here, definitely. Okay, listen, there is someone all up in your energy right now, and it is somebody who wants a new beginning with you. I have to tell you that you have, there have been some hurtful situations between the two of you. Okay, you may even be in separation from this person. But we're sitting in the full moon energy, full moon in Gemini. Now, I know we did a spiritual message that came through for that as well. But Gemini, as I mentioned, is, related to the Lover's card, okay, in tarot. And so we're sitting in this energy. It's usually about 3 days that we can feel the effects of this full moon in Gemini lunation. And with the Lovers, this is a deep soul connection, soul contract, soulmate, maybe even twin flame for some of you. Okay, but there is a relationship here, and the nature of the relationship, I mean, it's helped you grow. It's been likely very intense, and there's a decision around it right now, okay? Do I keep walking this path alone, or do I get into a relationship with this individual? Because I'll tell you one thing right now, this is what is top of mind for this person. They want the most with you as of this moment. Okay, this is the energy. I just want you all the time. Like, I miss you. Do you miss me? I'm too afraid to talk right now. We'll get to that because I see this. I see this as you think before you act. Like, you better come if you're gonna talk to me. If you're gonna open this door again because you've hurt me. I know you're over here waiting for me to talk to you, but it's not happening, okay? It's not happening. I feel like some of you have put some boundaries down. You've withdrawn your energy. You stood your ground when it comes to this person. And you're in this vibe like, this is giving me Queen of Swords energy. You better be thinking before you come towards me. You know, you better be sure. That's the thing. You better be sure. You better, come correct or don't come at all. It's that kind of an energy here that I'm picking up on. And yeah, okay, this person might be in their fantasy moment where they're like, I can see a future with you. I'm so passionate about you. I want this new beginning with you. You know, but you already know the way you feel. And it's interesting because we have maybe, definitely, wrongful advice, maybe, definitely, what do you want? What do you want? What do you really want with this person? Okay. And it's, be honest with yourself. You may have, maybe, I don't know, wrongful advice. Maybe someone told you something. Maybe someone told you, maybe they told you, now is not a good time for me. Now is not the right time. Or there was something here that you picked up, maybe even from a reading. Okay. I'm not out here like blaming other readers or anything like that, or even myself. I'm just saying, sometimes we can, especially when we're watching general tarot readings, we could take in some advice that maybe isn't really meant for us. Okay. Now, I'm not saying I'll always encourage people to make healthy choices for themselves and to, put themselves first, their feelings first, and to, detach as much as possible, especially if somebody has hurt you. And if you feel like, you are interested in allowing this person to come back and apologize if they come correct, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. This is your life. Choose your own adventure. You may have, maybe misjudged this individual based on advice that you heard from, like I say, for some of you, it was a general tarot reading that just wasn't giving you the right advice, and you took it. Or it could be a friend or a family member. Maybe someone said they're not good for you or something like that. Or, I don't know, because this person, it feels to me like in your heart of hearts, you really do want this person. When you think about it, you're like, well, maybe I still do. Maybe I do want this person. They definitely hurt your feelings, so we're not going to invalidate that. But you're like, maybe definitely, maybe I do want this person. Okay. So, it's kind of like this moment where decisions are being made on both sides of the spectrum. Okay. Now, when I say that with both counterparts, let's say. Okay. Now, we do have this person being too afraid to come towards you at this moment, even though they do miss you and they just think about you all the time. They just want you all the time. And I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, they want to offer you that solid commitment. They want this fresh, brand new beginning. They want a new cycle. We got the 10, and we got the over here, we've got the 2 aces, right? You add the 1 and 1, you got 2. 2 is togetherness, but it's also decisions, right? When we're looking at the numbers. Okay, when I see the 8, I see 16, which is the Tower energy. Okay, we also have 7, 8. 7, 8 is the devil, right? 15 is the devil. So there have been some things, like I said, hurtful words have been spoken. People were acting out of their ego. We got perhaps some shakeups. With the Tower, I feel like the fact that this person feels like they can't even come towards you to talk right now, like they know they're in the doghouse. And I do feel like they are feeling your absence in their life, obviously very, very strongly here. Okay. And you not reaching out to them or you pulling back your energy has really affected them very deeply. And they do miss you and think about you all the time. Again, too afraid to talk. Now, the wrongful advice is kind of tripping me up. So I want to know what that is about before we move forward in this reading. But this is you. I feel like really, why is it on you? Okay, I have so many questions. Hold on. You already know. You know how you feel about this person. And I feel like you can already, and you can feel that they want you. They want you to reach out, or they want you to make a move because they're over here afraid to come towards you, because I feel like they did something. They acted, they didn't act right. Okay. With the devil, energy coming through here, I feel like they didn't act right. Okay, so wrongful advice. Maybe that's them, but let me just see. What is this wrongful advice speaking to Did you take someone's advice? I mean, all I can think of for me as a reader, if I were to pull on someone's energy who hurt you and did you dirty and, didn't act right, my only advice that would come through would be to obviously, turn your back on the situation, walk away, withdraw your energy, and, don't be the one to make the first step, because our collective is filled with divine feminine empress, high priestess energy, right? And, the empress doesn't chase, okay? So I feel like I don't know, there's no wrong advice there. Okay, so what is the wrongful advice? I don't think that's wrong advice anyway. To withdraw, wrong advice. Someone here filled your head with doubts about this person, but I feel like it was easy because, again, they didn't show up correct anyway. So someone said this person, maybe someone said to you, this person will never change, this person will never realize, this person once a D-bag, always a D-bag. I don't know if this person was a D-bag. I'm not going to say that, but we have the Three of Pentacles, the Moon, Five of Swords. You can plan on a life full of secrets with this person. So I feel like somebody, no, I don't know why. Maybe you went to them for advice, or they gave you unsolicited advice and said, you can plan on a life full of secrets and uncertainty, and this person will never, ever, show up correct. This person isn't capable of being in a healthy, loving relationship. This person's always going to leave you. This person's like a leopard doesn't change their spots kind of an energy, but I highly don't believe in that. I really don't. I do believe that people can change. I do believe that people can grow and we can evolve. I mean, no one really stays the same. I mean, some people, okay, I can't say that either. It really just depends on the person, and your person best. You already know. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. You already know. If you're with somebody who's not working on themselves, I mean, maybe there has been some time. You can see that this person's showing up differently, or something has shifted within them. Again, someone gave you the advice and got you to thinking that this person would never be back, or this person would always show up incorrect, okay, towards you. Four of Pentacles. This person will always hold you back. You got to let go of this person. This person isn't good for you. Four of Wands. But in your heart of hearts, here's the thing. In your heart of hearts, you've always held space for this individual. You have not felt that way, okay? So you have consistently felt that this was the person for you. Even though you were advised to maybe separate or not focus on them anymore, or whatever the case was, or you were told they would always, like a leopard doesn't change its spots, they wouldn't grow, they wouldn't evolve. This could be somebody Spirit just gave me some tea. This could be somebody trying to interfere, like the person who told you that. They may know your person. Okay, I'm just going to call them your person. They may know your person, and you may have taken their advice. So it could be a friend, a family member, or someone they work with, someone who claims to know this person really well, and say, look, they're never going to change. They're always been the same. They'll always be the same. They're not capable of, showing up correct in a relationship. They're always going to be, acting from the ego, or this and that and the other. I mean, it is some kind of interference. Spirit saying that advice was not correct. Okay, that advice was not correct coming from that person. And the person who gave that advice to you, I feel like I just heard they want you for themselves. Okay, we got 444. 444 out in a row. Four of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Four of Cups. You have been very emotionally dissatisfied. I feel like with it. Okay, and this is very specific and channeled. It feels like you've had other opportunities, other offers coming in. Maybe you've been on some other dates. But no one is really tickling your fancy the same way. Like, you already know, you already feel like this deep bond with this soulmate. Okay, this is what's coming through as this full moon in Gemini, right? You've been rocking on your own. Okay, you have been. So just because this person was trying to tell you that, give you the wrong advice. They're never going to change. You've still been making right moves for yourself. Okay. That's what I was saying. Like, I would never tell anybody to not focus on their own glow up, on their own health, on their own wealth, on their own projects. Like, that's healthy. There's healthy detaching. But then it's like, okay, well, you can still have some hope. You could still wish the best for the person that you feel so connected to. You know what I mean? Like, that is, that's good advice. Like, keep focusing on you, and you can still have, you can still hold a space in your heart for this person, that they, do the right thing. Okay. Those two things can be true. But I feel like there was someone who tried to talk you out of holding space for this person at all. And you were out here living your single life, living your solo life, maybe going out on dates, trying to see if you find another person who kind of, feels the same, or even close, and nothing comes close to this person for you. No one has come close to this person with you. In fact, you have been highly dissatisfied, bored, and unimpressed by any of the people that you have been even entertaining, if that is the case for you. I mean, you're out here looking pretty good. So I'm assuming that you've had offers and you've had opportunities from others. Okay. And that is coming through. We have the Ace of Pentacles. You are out here looking, because we've got the Nine of Pentacles. And usually that represents somebody who has it all and they're great on their own. Okay. They know their value. They know their worth. They've got what they need. But the one thing that is lacking from their life that would just kind of be the cherry on top, the icing on the cake, would be that solid long-term life partner. Okay. Making the 9 and the Ace a 10 here, right? So that's a 10 of Pentacles. That's the long-term connection. So I do feel like you know in your heart of hearts that not only does this person share the same feelings as you do, even through all of the complications, let's call them, okay, and all the complexities of, human relationships and people who are learning and growing and incorporating lessons and becoming better people. And I say that because, if somebody is learning and growing, they are focused on self-mastery, self-love, growth, all the things. And no one's out here being perfect. Okay. So I do feel like this person that you were dealing with has they messed up. Okay. That is 100% they messed up. They know it. They know they messed up. But they're over here fantasizing of a new beginning with you. Okay. In a nutshell, they really want to talk to you. They're afraid to do that. Okay. That's still a thing here. They're still afraid, but you kind of know, you're like, if they come correct, if they came offering what it is that I'm actually looking for and they were serious, you might give a little bit of hesitation. We had the maybe and then definitely. So you might make them work for it. You know what I mean? You might make them sweat. You might give them, okay, well, we'll see, which is, again, good. It's not like you're out here playing a game. You just need to be sure, right? Which is, again, very healthy. So, but I feel like at the end of the day, you want them too. Okay. You still want this person. Okay. And you know that. Look at this. We have the 8 of Wands. We have the Magician. What's at the bottom? 2 of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. There is absolutely an opportunity here for a fresh new beginning here. And you could be the Queen of Cups, but you don't have to be as far as like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here. But we have the 10 of Swords. You're like, I am willing to put the past in the past, but we're not going to sweep anything under the rug. I still need to make sure that, you are coming correct here. But I would absolutely, in a heartbeat, give you another chance, because I have not found another person who tickles my fancy the way that you do, and so to have 3 aces out, okay, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Ace of Pentacles out twice, talking about this being a serious offer or opportunity to have a fresh start. We also had the Ace of Wands underneath all that, and that was talking about the passion, right? The passion. So all that's missing is the Ace of Swords in this equation, which talks about communication and clarity and getting down to the truth of the matter. Okay. So that is what is kind of lingering, is that communication. All right. That's the only missing piece at this point. Okay. That is the only missing piece at this point. Now, it's going to be up to you whether you decide to reach out or not. But again, I am in that camp of the Empress don't chase. Okay. Empress attracts. So if you, I wouldn't say make a move, but I'm not trying to give you wrong advice. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to be really mindful. You do what you feel you need to do because you already know. Okay. But at the end of the day, we have the Two of Pentacles, the Magician, this Eight of Wands. You know that the potential is here to move forward into a very beautiful relationship with this person. Okay. Because in your heart of hearts, you've always known Four of Wands there. And there's a part of you that has held on to this person quietly. I have to say quietly, because again, you were given some wrongful advice about this person. I do see there is a possibility for two people to try again. Okay, I see that. And you know that things could be flippin' magical, and the two of you together are very powerful. This could be a power couple. Okay, it really could be that. The love is the love is here. There would be a lot of excitement if this were to go right, you know? That's what it feels like. There is an opportunity you're not completely hardened to this idea or this person. Okay, but we're not going to ignore the pain from the past, but we will be able to get past it. Okay, it might take a little bit of time with the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, but that slow, steady movement in the right direction, that's showing up correct, and that's showing up consistently every day to work towards the goal, right? So with this lunation, it does feel like this is a possibility for two counterparts, you know, with the Lovers energy, to make these very important decisions right now. Okay. Very important decisions right now. And I can feel it very powerfully. And I feel like it's only going to increase. Now, if this is your twin flame, and I'm just going to drop a little hint because I have been, you know how we did the twin flame reading for the Mercury retrograde when all of these feelings were coming up for a twin to be recognized, to be looked at. Things were coming up under review in this last season. We're still technically in the shadow period of the Mercury retrograde. This full moon in Gemini is a huge moment, awakening moment for that collective and for that timeline as well. So I was thinking about maybe expanding on that and doing another special, like one of those deep dive 2 hours where it looks at the energy of this full moon and going forward. We're talking about solstice and the holidays and all of that as well, and all the other planetary shifts and movements that are going on, and wrapping up the new year, you know, or wrapping up this year, which is a 9-year. It's a completion. So we are ending a very powerful cycle, especially when we're looking at twin flame dynamics. Okay, so I might be working on that starting today in this lunation, right? I will be. Actually, now that this reading's come out, it feels like a confirmation. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave this where it is. Okay, we're going to leave this where it is, and I will start working on that special. I've been guided. Okay, so I'm going to do a deep dive into the energy for twin flames, if this is for you. For others of you, if it's soulmate, you know, same applies, you know, but maybe not as heavy as a calling of like, I've always held space for this person. Again, it just feels like it's been a bumpy road. And I do feel like we've got two individuals here who have been learning and growing, and very much both open to exploring what's next and what could be. Okay, because you're both coming from a different space, you know. You're both coming from a different space. You're both done some work. You've both integrated lessons here. And I mean, maybe both of you messed up. Like maybe you don't know, right? Because yeah, especially if we are talking about twins, they mirror one another, right? They do. And even if you felt a certain type of way about words that your twin has said, they likely felt a certain type of way about words that you said, and you might not even know it, right? So there's no innocent, I don't want to say there's no one to blame. It's something that happens, okay? In these types of connections, and you're meant to trigger one another. Okay, that is what it is. So anyway, with that being said, this spirit's just giving me 100% the go for that reading. So I'm going to start working on that. Like I said, I really appreciate everyone who tuned into the Mercury retrograde one. It's still available, and it's on for $11.11 still, but it is a full 2-hour reading. And I think, yeah, it's just going to be a continuation a continuation. We're going to dive real deep into it. I'm actually really stoked. Okay, so I'm going to post this up right away. I'm sending you lots of love. And yeah, I'll see you soon for the deep dive. Take care.